what we're doing now? We're just gonna make stuff up. We're just gonna be off the cuff. It's just gonna be wild. And this is crazy because y'all are Cowboys fans, from what I understand. And what's even wilder is y'all gave it like the hard pause. Like y'all gave it like the, oh man, he about to say something profound. Like he's gonna drop the mic. He's gonna give us the knowledge of the Cowboys' first round draft selection history.
Send this to a Dallas Cowboys fan.
Is it true? Is it true? Is it true that the Cowboys have the best fans? Yes, sir.
I trip out on it. Because I'm swimming in it. I wear this jersey every first game. It's my favorite jersey.
Came from El Paso.
Go Cowboys!
Introducing your lineup for the Cowboy Up podcast. From Stop 6, Texas, the big fella, Dallas Cowboy Chris. And from the 915, Cholo Town, 21, can you do something for me? Armando, 21, Armando. And from the capital city, my man, allow me to butt in sports, hook 'em, Rue. And from the great state of Arizona, and he's mic'd up, he's Mikey, 520.
What is up? What is up? What is up on this beautiful, beautiful Tuesday night?
Tuesday.
Man, we are here with the fellas. -1. My man, allow me to butt in sports from the capital city. Rue. And always from the great state of Arizona. There he is. He's mic'd up. Old Mickey himself. Mikey! 520. What's up, fellas? What's happening? What is happening?
Nothing boring, that's for sure. It's the off season. The league year hasn't even started, and it's popping. It's coming fast, like 4, 2, 1, fast.
It is fast. Hey, man, my man 21, man, he had to work a little late today. He may jump in, he may not, but hey, we all gonna represent for the west side of Texas, Cholo Town, 21.
Chuco Town. Hey, no matter what, there's a Mondo game on this show tonight.
Yeah, it don't matter what. Hey, shout out real quick, man, the lovely Cowboy Babe all the way in California. How you doing, Cowboy Babe? My man, St. Louis Joe from the Lou. What's up, Joe?
The man came himself.
Always, I've been so you got to say it so smooth.
So
well, guys, hey, man, those Cowboys. Rue, what's on your mind tonight, man, about those Dallas Cowboys?
Honestly, man, they have me nervous. I just have this sneaky suspicion that it's just a bunch of bullshit they're feeding us, man. I just feel like there's a good chance we're going to see no movement at all. We're just going to see them do what they do, extend Dak, pay everybody, and call that going all in because they paid everybody. And we're not going to see a lot of movement, man. I just until I see it, I can't really expect anything other than that from them. These guys don't like to give up draft picks. These guys don't like to go out there and get that high dollar free agent. And it's just like, I'm hoping, I'm praying, like if I had to choose anybody right now.
You take that from Brian Wood because I'm hoping and praying.
You got to love Mikey with the references. That one went over my head. I ain't even going to lie to you on that one. I'm telling you like this, man, like until they show me otherwise, it's hard for me to understand what they're actually going to do, especially with the cap situation the way it is. Nothing's going to happen until something gets done with Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott has to be the first domino to fall. That has to happen, and it's either going to be the restructure or the extension, and we can get into that at some point later on, but it's a story in itself. What are they actually going to do? And how are they going to free up this cap space? And then what are they going to do with it, if anything at all?
Well, that's cool that you say this, and we're starting with the cap and the new number in the cap and what that $30 million does. Because essentially that $30 million turns into the $30 million Dak would have regularly got, right? In his contract, he was getting $35 million. If I'm corrected, go ahead, correct me. So it kind of made it a push.
Wait, this contract?
No. Well, he would have got 76 in this year, but with that extra 30 million now, it kind of helped us to either just pay off these 60 million and not extend them and maybe go to the future, or if we do extend them, we have more money to bargain with. But let's talk about that cap number and what that $30 million, where did this number come? 13%. And you got to give credit where credit is good to do. I know we're past the Super Bowl. I know we're past this last season. But this $30 million cap bump could be attributed to one singular person. Would you like to guess who it is?
Ooh.
Taylor motherfucking Swift. Think about it. Think about the revenue the storm of her created. It was almost the equivalent of the Dallas Cowboys being in the Super Bowl. Really think about that revenue, how capitalistic, how much money they made and the growth of the new audience. The NFL is the last appointment television. It's the last of it. That's the only taste of a suspense, of something you have to wait all week and wanted more and wanted more for like teams that are winning than the other. Because when you're in your season sucks in your football purgatory, that's neither here nor there. But you want it more in it's the last appointment television. And that woman in itself brought a different kind of audience, more revenue, and you could attribute those $30 million to old Tay-Tay.
So you saying
I'd be interested to see if the cap increase was more this year than it has been in years past. I'd be very interested to see if that is the case. I'd have to do the research to find that out. But even with the boost, we're still $8 million over the cap. That's where we sit today, according to the Dallas Morning News. That's what we're looking at. We're still
usually the cap goes up 10 million. Rue, that's 300.
But what's going to happen?
300% more than every year. And that's not a coincidence, but they're coming back from COVID. I'm sorry, Chris.
No, it's fine. I mean, I don't, to me personally, I don't think Taylor had an effect. Now, it's kind of twofold. Yes, more ladies are interested, and that's just because
she definitely brought an audience.
Yeah, they just wanted to see her on TV. I was like, I never understood why you're so wanted to watch a game because they may show a glimpse of a person.
They were enamored with it.
It's literally not doing anything. I mean, you're just gonna show a glimpse and then you get a boost in TV ratings. That I never understood that. But I'm the person that never heard one Taylor Swift song though, so I'm not in that demographic. So if Taylor Swift song came on right now, I wouldn't even know who she was.
And you know what? I believe you because you a brother and you have sisters. And I don't think your daughters listen to Taylor Swift. So I 100% believe that.
Hey, even my granddaughter, she's 9. I'm at the call her tonight. Say, you know who Taylor Swift is, and do you know any of her songs? She's gonna tell me she know about Lele. I was like, I didn't know what the hell a Lele was, and so it is what it is, man. But no, us Cowboys, back to what Rue said initially in the conversation about not thinking we're gonna make that splash. Man, I really believe they're gonna wait right before the draft if they're gonna do anything, because they got some decisions to make. All of a sudden, this decision about extending Dak is becoming an issue now, where before it wasn't an issue. You know, I'm like, what changed overnight? What changed? I mean, because you got to think about it. Every NFL player, especially every NFL starting quarterback in the NFL, is gonna get a raise just because, bro. Just because he's the quarterback. I know we don't like that formula, because I know I've heard some of us say hometown discount and all that crap. But think about it. The Cowboys had a hometown discount when Dak first 4 years as a rookie.
Yes, sir.
They did nothing with it. They had hometown discounts, man. And all you wanted him to do is get better. He got better, so you got to pay him.
Yes, sir.
That's the reality of it. So, you know, if we thinking that we're gonna get something for free, you ain't getting it no more, bro. You ain't getting it. No way.
It boils down to two decisions, though. You either restructure, you turn this $60 million cap hit that he's going to take coming into the season, and you turn it into a bonus, and you restructure and play out his contract, or you give him the long-term deal and you extend him. That's the decision you have to make. You either get ahead of it and hope that he does what you expect him to do, or you gamble and see what he does. Because you can play out this contract and restructure that contract,
yep,
and do it that way. They don't necessarily have to do the extension. They can restructure, but it's, do you want to get ahead of the situation with Dak Prescott? Because if he goes in and wins a Super Bowl, I mean, you're going to be paying him a hell of a lot more than you'd be paying him today. Just like before he got his first deal. Obviously, he had the ankle before he got the deal, but he still got paid record-setting contract.
But can I ask you guys a question then?
Okay, go ahead.
Considering that he's steadfast and he stood pat and he won the negotiation, was he worth every dollar for the last 3 years since it? We've had the best Cowboy run of them not winning a Super Bowl regular season run in a 3-year span. That's 36 wins.
Mikey, I agree with you. And then you're gonna hear those Cowboy people say, "Hey, but Cooper Rush won this many games, and he ain't, and he don't get." And I want to, excuse my friend, I be want to slap the shit out of people who says that, who think Cooper Rush is better than Dak Prescott. You know, it's just an asinine statement that a lot of Cowboy fans be in their feelings if Dak throw one interception. Oh, Cooper Rush, let's play Cooper Rush. The old show we used to be on. Remember the person who used to say, "Hey, won't we play Cooper Rush? Let's find out." It's the dumbest shit ever. But anyway,
he's literally a redheaded stepchild. Literally.
I digress. I apologize for that rant I did. I apologize.
No, it's because it's authentic. I mean, what kind of bullshit is that? This is our number one quarterback. And you know what? He got his money. And he was worth every penny. Like it or not, like it, the shit that's all over our face from Green Bay. They just right now. Aaron Jones just ran for 10 more fucking yards.
I think he's still right.
Yeah,
he's still running.
But aside from all of that, he was worth every penny, and now he got his bag. Got his bag. So the Cowboys do have their leverage, a little leverage, more leverage than before when they could have paid him and had faith in him, and they could have paid him early. But then they went around and made Jerry Jones pay for it. But this time around, I have faith if they're gonna get something done or an extension, it's gonna be team friendly. The way. Especially from yesterday, Dak's new look, the way he spoke, and saying that it's coming earlier than later. But then there's this other side of me, just like Rue said earlier. Are they blowing shit up our ass? Are they making us talk about this shit? Because that's the first public appearance we've seen of Dak Prescott, maybe since the Super Bowl time, because of the Walter Payton Man of the Year award, but this is the first time he's really spoke, and he spoke about the culture, and he spoke about his contract. So every quote that we get from Dak Prescott is going to be a show. It's going to be the first thing they talk about in all the shows because it is the Dallas Cowboys, and that's exactly what Jerry Jones wants.
All right. Well, look, man, we do got a guest, man, in the background. Mike, you want to introduce it?
Yes, we do. You know, last week we had our friends on, our friends that are our frenemies, friends that we've known for a while, and this is an old friend. And what used to be the NFC East. Remember those good old days going to Sun Devil Stadium, Christopher? Remember before they made that fucking hell that's called State Farm Stadium or University Phoenix Stadium or the stupid toaster? Because I've had heartbreak there. We just had heartbreak there. Saw Chris. All right, we let him tell us about that. But this is my son. This is my son, Armando 1121. How about that?
Armando, what's up, baby? What's up, man? Welcome to the show, baby.
Welcome in, man. Welcome in.
Thank y'all for having me, man. It's good to be on here.
I believe this is going to be our first Cardinal ever on the show.
For sure. First Cardinal.
Man, okay. All right, Armando. I gotta ask you because people ask my son the same thing, right? My son is a Commander fan. All right.
Okay.
Knowing your father is a Cowboy fan, how in the hell
how did this happen?
How did it get away? Because I know the story with my son. How did you go to the dark side?
I didn't mention something.
Yeah, I get asked that question a lot of times. And I always come up with this silly story. When I was little, I'll admit there was a little bit of Cowboys, but I saw the bird logo of the Cardinals, and ever since I fell in love with it. I always loved the logo. And then I started to see the team, man. I fell in love with Larry, with Kurt, fell in love with Pat Pete, with Carson Palmer, Tyrann Mathieu, that whole era right there. I stayed with the team. And
you forget Calais Campbell
ever since. Oh yeah, Calais Campbell. Absolute legend.
Man. Well, you know, hey, like I tell my son when he was a little dude, I say, if that's your team, that's your mob for the rest of your life. No jumping ship.
Yes, sir.
Ain't no jumping ship because ain't nothing worse than a fan that jumps ship to, whoever's winning at that point.
Nothing worse.
I told him, I said, I was in Texas Stadium when it was 112. We were 1-15. I sat in that fucker. I was there, regretting every damn minute, every snap of that, I was watching those teams that Emmitt Smith said we had some diamonds, but we had some poo-poo. Yeah, I was sitting there when all that shit was on the field.
It was bad. Hey, you can't say Dave Campo.
Yeah. So all I say to other fans who've been through it just as long, and you know how they always say Cowboys, man, y'all ain't won in 20 years. Hey, try to be a Cardinal fan. When have you won? So
you can't even say we won a ring. All we won was a championship, and that was not even when the NFL was a thing.
Yeah, and you should have beat the Steelers. Y'all should have beat the Steelers.
I still think he was out of bounds. I still think it was out of bounds.
Like Dez, it was a catch, but
exactly.
That wasn't true.
So
that's
Mondo,
the Easter Bunny. That's Santa Claus. It doesn't exist.
Right. So Mondo, last week we had some other folks on, and we were talking free agency. Okay. And my first question to them is, free agents on your team, who would you want to keep that's a current free agent on your team? And which free agent in the NFL you would love to bring to the Cardinals?
Yeah, so there's not even that many free agents for the Cardinals on the team. You got Hollywood, and then we got a couple restricted free agents. But I'm not on Team Hollywood. Honestly, we got a wide receiver by the name of Greg Dortch. He's a fan favorite slot receiver,
He's a good
and
kid.
that's who I'd much rather have him than Hollywood Brown. Because Hollywood, just like when Christian Kirk was about to leave the door, he commanded 18 million from the Jags. Hollywood's gonna be around the same number. I don't think he's worth that to the Cardinals. So, to bring back somebody like Greg Dortch, a fan favorite, he's produced when he's gotten the ball, when he's played. He's been a big help to them, so I'd rather have him. And then for free agency in the NFL, it's a tough one because the Cardinals, we got holes everywhere, but it's got to be the defensive line first. And my dream scenario would be to get Christian Wilkins. He loves football, big personality. He's a leader. He's everything that Jonathan Gannon loves as a player. And so that's my one big ticket.
Man, we brought up Christian Wilkins last week.
Wow.
For us too, because that dude, man, he's a monster. But as a defensive tackle, man, he get pressure, man. He get pressure and he makes plays. And him and Chris Johnson, the Chiefs are probably the 1-2 in that pressure up the middle. Mikey, what you think about Christian Wilkins, man?
Christian Wilkins, he's a
Wilkins,
beast.
I'm sorry, I keep saying Wilkins. Wilkins, I'm sorry.
Wilkins, no, it's just his motor. His motor. He's very relentless, and he's very relentless in the run game, where we have problems. That's why he is. But he's gonna command a big number. He's a little bit too much for our blood. But Armando, what's your cap room status?
We see him pretty right now at about 58 mil. And that's without restructure. That's without extending Buddha. We got the money to sign him if we really wanted to.
And Kyler Murray is the best Texas high school player, right? He is. You know who number 2 is?
Yeah, that
guy right there. That guy.
I wish. Hey, speaking of Kyler, man, what's your thoughts on Kyler, man? I know last year, he was hurt and he came back at the end of the season. I mean, big win against those damn Steelers, man. That was a wonderful victory. It made me happy because I had something to argue with my other Steeler partner. What you think about Kyler, man, going forward? Is he your future, man, or is it time for you guys to look for somebody else? Because you know how quickly, man, we give up on quarterbacks, Cowboy fans.
Is this a draft question, Chris? Is this a draft question, Chris? Are we just talking about the elephant in the room and we ain't talking about these fat guys? Let's talk about it.
I'm not talking. I'm asking Armando a question, bro. What does he think about his starting quarterback?
I think Kyler is the most hated player in the NFL for no reason. For absolutely no reason. This man, since Monty Osborne and Gannon, the head coach, have stepped in the building, have had nothing but great things to talk about him. He's been in the building every single day, even this offseason. He hasn't stopped getting in the building. He hasn't stopped working. And the players love him. You hear nothing but great things from Trey McBride, from Hollywood, even as a free agent, his offensive lineman. Everybody loves Kyler in the building, and he's not going anywhere. He's not gonna be traded. He's not gonna be released. He's the future of the franchise, and Monty is gonna do everything he can to surround him with weapons to get him that offensive line and a defense to compete for the Super Bowl.
Okay.
And it's all because of video games. It's not like he was getting massages and solidifying something else.
Oh, see,
out
that's
of it
too, though. There's so many
I'm rubbing
players
people the
in
wrong
the
way.
league that plays video games. So many players. You got people that play Madden. Even Micah Parsons has a weekly podcast, and that takes up so much more time than video games. It's such a silly thing.
But Mike is not a quarterback, son.
Yeah,
Mike is not a quarterback, but we get it.
Like,
we're annoyed. We're annoyed by it.
We're annoyed with it too.
He needs to shut off his Micah.
Hey, that's a good one. I like that one. Shut off his mic. Okay. So, but you know what? Well, I'm a fan of Kyler. You know, I'm always gonna be a fan just because he's a Texas boy. But we just got this terrible thing against them damn Cardinals, and Mikey brought this up when we was in Arizona too.
Ask Rue if he likes Micah, if he likes Kyler Murray.
Rue, I'm gonna ask Rue, do you like Kyler Murray?
You see his shirt, right, Milano? You see his shirt?
I've hated Kyler Murray since high school. He went to a rival high school of mine. He went to Allen High School. He still hasn't lost in the damn
AT&T.
Yeah, he hasn't lost to AT&T in his career yet. That motherfucker. I had to deal with him. Not only did I deal with him in damn high school, then I had to deal with him in college because he went to Oklahoma. It's just one thing after another, and of course now he's a Cardinal. But when it comes to how he plays, that kid is special, man. That kid can play. That kid can play ball. That kid is a baller. If he can stay healthy because of his size, man, because that's really the biggest thing with him. He's not a big guy. He's thick, like he's a thick dude, but he's not a very tall or big guy for the NFL, especially in quarterback standards. But I mean, dude, he can sling the rock and he can run. The kid can run and he can sling the rock. And really, man, he's got nothing around him. You got O-line troubles. You got weapons troubles. All your receivers are young. I mean, you talk about Greg Dortch. Tell me another one. You know what I mean? And I know who Greg Dortch is. Greg Dortch is a solid player, but is he a true one? You know, you're talking like he's a slot guy. Who is he really throwing to at the end of the day? And you know, I got to respect him because he makes the Cardinals relevant and that's really the bottom line about Kyler Murray. He makes them relevant. He's not my favorite player by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, he's literally been a rival of mine since high school, but I still respect the fact that he can play ball. And, you know, I think the only thing that might hold him back is his size, and they just got to put the right pieces around him.
Well, his size looks good. Opposed to other quarterbacks we've seen selected first overall. But you know, speaking of
why you got to step on the Panthers like that? They got enough problems, bro. Like, why you got to do that to them? Why you got to do that? Like, they're not even here to defend themselves. There's not that many of them in existence, and you just felt the need to step on that.
He will jab the shit out you. He will jab you.
His draft order. And I know Caleb Williams isn't going to fall to the Cardinals at 4, but Caleb's measurables, you know, he's taller than Kyler, right? He's thick like Kyler. What do you think about Caleb?
Caleb is a generational talent, but if I had to choose between the two, I would still choose Kyler because Caleb comes into this draft with a lot of personality, with a lot of intangible type of issues. You know, you look at how he handled the whole situation in the media with the Bears, with his pops talking all over about how he doesn't want to get drafted to the Bears, all this and that. And then he comes into the draft, into the combine, and he's not giving any teams any of his medicals.
None. That's fucking brilliant.
But
there's no reason for him to do that either, though.
Yeah,
there's no reason for him to. It doesn't help him. None of that helps him.
Exactly. He has done nothing but like ruin his image of his personality, in my thoughts.
It's like Kyler Murray just going with his Air Maxes and being 6'2".
Exactly. So I mean, Caleb Williams, he's a great prospect. He's gonna go number 1 overall, obviously, but if he fell to the Cardinals, there's no way they pick him. The only thing that'll happen is they'll end up trading out of that pick. So yeah, I mean, I'd rather stick with Kyler. Kyler has changed, has really grown as a player over the years.
So you know, like Corner said, Drake May. I think Drake May's gonna end up with the New York Giants, honestly, and that'd be a good thing for us. But speaking about that 4 spot, what are the Cardinals projected to do, and what do you want them to do? And what are you hoping They do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
Projected,
key.
everybody
That's
has
the key
QB,
right there.
obviously.
What are you hoping? That's
Yeah.
the key.
Obviously, every mock draft you look at right now, it's 1, 2, 3 QBs all the way, right?
Right.
And then
Yes,
there's
sir. We want
obviously
that. Like,
the
push
number
those
one.
linemen down. Push those wide
Yeah.
receivers down. Push them.
So you got Marvin Harrison Jr. That's who they're taking. That's the projection. That's the home run hit. That's what everybody wants for Cardinals fans. But in my opinion,
okay, go
if
ahead, bro.
there was a QB to drop, let's say New England took Marvin, it's absolutely a trade down. It's absolutely a trade down.
Damn, this kid knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, I mean we got Monty Ossenford. Last season he traded down with Houston to 12 and then traded up to get his guy Paris Johnson Jr. at number 6. In this draft, there's no way he doesn't pull off some type of trade like that. We got pick number 27. It's either a trade up or even a trade down. But I'm pretty confident at number 4, it's gonna be sticking right there, picking Marvin and using that number 27 to trade up or trade back down to get picks. But it's gonna be an offensive lineman with their second pick.
So y'all got 2 number 1 picks.
Yes, sir.
First round picks.
Bastards, like they pick right after us.
Damn it. Hey, but that's how you get good fast though. I mean, think about it. If they don't hit on those 2 players, man, that GM, didn't y'all just hire this new GM too?
Yep.
Yeah, if you
Steve Keim's out of there.
Yeah, you gotta hit on both of those picks, man. You got to.
And you feel bad for Cardinal fans because you know, aside from Daniel Snyder being out, they got some of the worst ownership in the league.
It comes out on the grades too, on that NFL or the NFLPA grade sheet, the report card they send out to all the owners. It comes out on it too. We have one of the worst owners in the league, and it shows up everywhere. It really sucks. It really sucks because when you don't have good ownership,
you want to know something that sucks? You kick their ass on the field, and you got 2 number 1 picks. Fuck that.
Well, I want to go back to what Corner said, man. That Drake May had a better upside. I think he's forgetting about one person, man. I think is going to be the best quarterback in this draft, and I think
that skinny kid that used to play for ASU.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Jalen Daniels. I really do, man. I don't know how people are overlooking this Heisman Trophy winner, man. He threw for all them damn yards with nothing but top. What he had 2 first-round receivers that's going to go, and man, and his defense sucked at LSU this year. But man, that boy put up numbers. Rue, what you think about Jaden Daniels?
Man, the only thing about Jaden Daniels is, again, it's size for me. He's not a big dude. And I think probably the most overlooked quarterback in this entire draft is Michael Penix, man. I love Michael Penix.
Hey, he slung that rock in the
college. I love Michael Penix, bro. And I'm gonna tell you this: a lot of people keep bringing up what's his name from UNC, Drake May. Everybody keep bringing up Drake May. Drake May never won a bowl game. Drake May did not ever show up in a big game. Drake May, and I follow Drake May because I like Mac Brown. Yeah, I'm a Mac Brown guy. Like I miss Mac Brown when he was gone. I was like, damn, man. Like as much as I used to hate on Mac Brown, like damn it, I wish he was back here. Because living through Charlie Strong and Tom Herman, bro, I was dying through that time. But
hey, Rue, you're giving me some Boomhauer vibes. You're giving me a lot of Boomhauer vibes. Like Drake May, Mac Brown.
Either way, Michael Penix played like his last 4 games as an underdog in big games against Oregon, Pac-12 championship, the game against us. He was an underdog in every single one of those games. Every single one of those games, he won outright. And a lot of times he was more than a touchdown dog. The fact that he could go into all those games in a place like Washington, it's not like he was playing at USC. It's not like he was playing at, Oregon or one of these, the bigger time colleges in the Pac-12. He's in Washington.
Yeah.
And for him to be throwing the rock the way he does, man, he's 6'3". He's a good frame. He can move. I like that kid a lot. I
You
feel like he
forget
can
the
throw
time he
ball
spent
over.
at
But
IU.
he
though.
did have Rome too. You know, Rome's gonna be a first round receiver too. He's a big play receiver
monster.
too.
Monster,
So
but
he did.
he played at IU. So
Yeah,
he had
he
that
did.
time at IU too. But he slings
even
around. He's a
still.
lefty, right?
Yeah, but he did. But then, and let's bring this up. Corner, you forget about Steve Young. Wasn't he left-handed? He worked
Michael
out.
Vick.
Michael Vick is a G. Man, just because he's left-handed doesn't mean you can't adjust
Kellen
to the
Moore.
NFL. If they can figure it out in college and get all the way to the national title game, I think they can figure it out in the NFL. I don't really care that he's left-handed. I don't care.
Oh, you said Kellen Moore right before ANC. I'm glad I delivered that. All right. I call him, he's Papas. That's his nickname, Papas. So Armando, for your 27 pick, we're in front of you in 26, aren't we? We have the 26 pick.
24.
I believe so.
So if we CB your ass and you I want Bowers or Jordan Morgan. Bear the fuck down. But who do you see and who do you want in your 26-7 pick?
It's gonna come down to two spots. It's gonna be offensive tackle or interior D line. Those are two desperate needs for the Cardinals. Even if you pick up a D lineman in free agency, they still need to get D line all over in the front seven. I want it to be either a Marius Mims or, like you said, Jordan Morgan. But I love Newton. I think his name's Johnny Newton or Johan Newton. I love how he plays. He's so physical. He's a disruptor. I think if Monty picked him, it would immediately upgrade the front seven. Those are the two dudes I'm really looking at.
From Illinois, 6'2", 304.
Yes,
all right. Yeah, okay. I should know this kid because he's Big Ten. I'm gonna have to check him out. But speaking of combine, Rue, I know something tickled your fancy when them damn wide receivers got to run. Mr. His new name is Mr. Xavier Worley, man, with the 4-2-1. Hey, like I said, man, on my TikTok today, man, hey, I ran the 4-2-1. It wasn't in the 40. It was just trying to get to the table to get something to eat. But damn, that boy was flying, bro.
From the couch to the refrigerator.
Hey, man, don't it seem like every year these kids get faster and faster?
Dude.
Man, it was a group of wide receivers, man. I think it was 8 of them ran under 4.4. Okay, remember 4.4 was the big deal?
That was a big deal.
It was used to be, man, if you ran a 4.4, man, you can fly. The guys are running 4.3s and 4.2-1s. So, man, how excited, man, did you see your speedster at the University of Texas pull that off?
I loved seeing it. I think it was amazing that he actually got the record. Just because, the last dude who did that was John Ross. That was forever ago. And for him to be able to hold that record, it was pretty amazing for me. I got to say, even with all the attention that Worthy got, and I'm telling you right now, every time that man caught a pass at DK Royal, y'all not Worthy, baby. That man was a monster. That man was a monster, and I loved watching him play. But my focus was on Adonai Mitchell. Adonai Mitchell absolutely showed up and showed out. That kid is special. We had a lot of guys show up at the combine. There's a lot of Texas players, everything from Sanders or tight end to these guys. And we've got pieces all over the combine that these guys have been doing really well, performing really well. They're, for the first time in a long time, we're going to see some Longhorns go in this first round. Tavondre Sweat.
Sweat. Think about his 40. He ran a 5.2 at 360 pounds.
He's a monster.
They did it by weight, right? If he was regular sized body, he would run a 4.3.
And he plays on the inside. The man is an absolute monster. And then you have Byron Murphy, who was right next to him. That guy can also go. That dude's got a hell of a motor. So
why didn't you beat Michigan again?
First of all, Michigan is an absolute monster, and they were coached by Jim Harbaugh. It is what it is. What do you want me to do?
Hey, remember, Texas didn't play Michigan, so we was hoping for that matchup, but we'll get it this fall. But then I was going down the list. It was exactly 8 wide receivers that ran a 4.3 or better.
That's
Dude,
insane.
and what Javier Worthy, ex Worthy, Mr. Worthy, he's no matter what he does in the league, he's an infamy. 4.2 is the stuff of Vincent Jackson. And if you don't know Vincent Jackson, they call him Bo. Something of a man named Deion Sanders getting out the limo, running. This is unicorn ass shit that we saw with our own eyes. First it was 4.25, then it was 4.22, then they break it 4.2 motherfucking 1. He's the reason cops have dogs, because there's dudes out there that fucking fast. I swear to God. But this is crazy. The amount of talent in this draft, in these first 2 rounds. This is a big lineman draft and a wide receiver draft. If you have a quarterback, you're licking your chops. And this is something we haven't talked about. That's why I believe the way we've been drafting, that Tyron Smith was expendable. That, and it sucks that it went this way to let him go, and they didn't find something that they can find like an agreement. Tyron Smith is feeling himself, and he feels he needs to get paid. Kind of like last year or 2 years ago when Zach Martin wanted to get paid, right? Mm-hmm. So he had this unbelievable season, but the Cowboys didn't feel that way. And I believe we already got the backup to him, and his name was Tyler Smith. We just had him on the inside. So it really depends on what we do in this draft for what we're going to do to supplement or put in the next guy up. What do you guys think about that? And thank you, Tyron Smith, not to, blow the lead or kill the headline. We appreciate everything that he was, but we're on this draft, and this draft is full of talent.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up, man. Mikey, you changed my mind on Tyron Smith, okay? Because y'all know I was that his tires flat, his tires flat, his tires flat. Then everybody we put out there, other than Tyler, performed poorly. But since Tyler moved permanently to guard, you saw his dominance, man, his strength. I don't want to move him. I want him to stay right there, bro.
Yeah.
It just me, because when you saw Larry Allen play both also, but Larry Allen was most dominant where? At guard.
In left guard.
Mm-hmm. In the middle, punishing folks. Okay? So Tyler has that same ability, man. I don't want to keep moving this kid here and there. I want him
Larry
to be
Allen
that
moved everywhere too, boss.
But no, that's because people was hurt. Okay, we're moving on because we getting rid of somebody because of money situations. I understand. Hey, man, somebody hurt me. I need you to kick out for this game. That's cool. But I want him to play the in left guard. I want him to be. Hey, this is Tyler Smith, our future Hall of Fame guard. Rue, what you think, man?
I don't want Tyler moving from guard either. Somebody needs to step up at that tackle position, whether it's Awesome Richards or, if we keep Chuma for another year, somebody's got to step up at that left tackle spot. I want to keep Tyler right where he's at that left guard's position, because I expect our run game to pick up this season as well, because it was non-existent last year. They got to do something in terms of the run game, either through the draft or, signing a veteran through free agency and figuring out something with Tony Pollard. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen in that position, but it needs to be addressed, because obviously, we went into last season with not so many holes, and this year it just feels like I got worries everywhere, right? I got worries at linebacker. I got worries at the wide receiver spot. I got worries at running back.
Hey, man, we rich people talking to the poor people right now, bro. Respect Papa's right now.
Nah, but still, I mean, this team with the kind of money that we're talking about throwing around, we're talking about winning a championship. We're talking about at least making it past the divisional round in this division. We're talking about winning the division again, something that hasn't been done in over 20 years. These are concerns.
You can call them rich man problems all you want, but the fact of the matter is we're talking about throwing around some serious money. Micah Parsons is about to get paid. You know, Dak Prescott's about to get paid. And the fact of the matter is, if we're looking at everything as a whole, we have holes in places, man. Like we have serious concerns in a lot of different areas where I'm like, this draft has to produce some players a lot better than it did last season. Because by all accounts, man, last season was one of the worst drafts we ever had. We can't have that happen again.
We don't know yet. We don't know yet.
Based on what we've seen so far, it was one of the worst compared to the other drafts that we had, where we had hit after hit after hit.
Yeah, bro.
Where's the hit? Where's the hit in this draft? We had dudes from what do they call them? Unconditional picks or what have you that we got. I mean, think about all the tight ends we picked up the year before, and this year we got nothing. Yeah. We got nothing out of this draft. I mean, not yet, but it doesn't look promising so far.
Let me ask a question that's gonna dictate where we go with Tyler Smith. And I'm gonna ask Papas this question: Jackson Powers Johnson or Jordan Morgan?
Jackson Powers Johnson. He's
you
the
damn
one.
Skippy.
Nah, that he had a great Senior Bowl. Even throughout all the practices, he shut down every single defensive tackle. And in the Senior Bowl, he played up phenomenally. He had a great combine. He showed explosiveness. He showed how he has really, really strong hands. I love Jackson Powers, but I don't think the Cowboys should. I agree with you guys. Tyler Smith should stay at guard, and your first round pick has to be that left tackle. It has to. You can't move around your offensive lineman too much, because then they start getting they start losing their edge on the other side. Where you want to move them back to left guard after next season when you find someone to play left tackle, and he's not gonna play as good. You keep moving him around. It's just not how it works.
Because I'm a former offensive lineman, dude. I hate it when I had to move from center to left tackle. Then I moved to guard. Even though I could play all three positions, it felt great and played better at center. I was a center. It just what it was, And there's different athletes, man, that play different positions on the line. We're just not just big lumbering guys, that's not it. I mean, it takes technique to play these damn positions, and back to what Rue was saying about our draft last year. Think about it like this. It only seemed like we had 7 red shirts. We redshirted 7 people.
Overshown redshirted. Asim Richards redshirted.
Overshown got hurt. So I'm not gonna take that from Overshown. He got hurt.
Yeah. And he's a Longhorn.
He got hurt. He got hurt. It doesn't
We
matter
was
who
all
it is. I'm
looking
still
forward.
holding out hope for Jalen Tolbert. Like, forget about the nonsense. I haven't forgotten. The fact is, man, I'm not giving up on these guys. But when you get like your first round guy, it's got to be a hit, especially when you have the limited picks that we have. When it comes to this pick, though, if we end up extending Dak, you have to anchor the left tackle or get him his center. I love this Jackson Johnson kid from Oregon. But is he going to be there at 24? He might be because he plays center. He might be. But if you get to that spot at 24, I'm taking the best guy at the positions that we need, right?
Positional value.
Whether it's a receiver, whether it's an offensive lineman, whether it's a linebacker, preferably just thinking with my head and not my heart, I'd go lineman or I'd go linebacker. That's where I go if I'm really thinking with my head. With my heart, I want a little frosting, right? And there's a couple guys that are playing receiver that could be there at 24 that I would really love to grab for this offense because it needs it. It needs another guy, especially if we're going to lose Michael Gallup. We're relying on.
We lost Michael Gallup already, Bubba.
Like I said, once we lose Michael Gallup, what do we have? We have Jalen Tolbert. We have Des Bryant.
And Jalen Brooks is going to have a better second year.
But these are all these are all guys that it's like, you got to show me, right? And obviously any rookie that you bring in still got to show you, but that first round talent with the depth in wide receiver in this draft, I'd love to get Dak Prescott another weapon at that spot. But if I'm really thinking with my head, you have to shore up this offensive line because we were moving around too many bodies on this offensive line all last season. We were moving around bodies like crazy. And to address Tyron Smith, all I'm going to say is this. If the rumors are true and he's going to get some big deal, that's a mistake. That's a mistake. I don't care what anybody's got to say about it. I respect that man for a player and who he is. And the fact that he's a 6-time, 7-time All-Pro, he's a monster. He's been playing this position since he was how old, Chris?
17.
He's been starting as since 19 in at USC. Got to think. Well, no, think about it. 17. He was 17 years old when he started at a Power 5 conference at left tackle.
And I can't take nothing away from that. But the reason he made it through this season is because we babied him throughout the entire year. He didn't practice. He showed up to games. We knew how to treat Tyron Smith because we've been dealing with injuries with Tyron Smith for the last few years because he's at that point in his career. If he's really getting a big time deal, they're going to be upset. Because
you know what's really going to chap my ass, Rue, now that you said this shit? If he goes and does a Whitworth,
and win a Super Bowl,
or he does if this is gonna happen back to back in two different generations.
I'm gonna be sick.
Marcus Ware went to fucking Denver and wins a fucking Super Bowl, and then Tyron Smith goes to wherever the fuck he ends up and wins a motherfucking Super Bowl. That's two generations.
I wouldn't be mad at it, man. I'd be happy for him because he's such a beloved Cowboy.
Fuck all that shit.
You were happy for Ware when he won it.
I was happy that he made Cam Newton's life fucking shit.
Okay.
I was happy for Ware.
I'm going to ask you, Arizona boys, because I know this is a possibility at 24. Jordan Morgan from Arizona. Mondo, what you think about it, man?
I think he's smooth. He's a smooth type of left tackle. He really knows how to move around. He showed explosiveness in the combine. He has light feet. To me though, he's more of a late first and early second type of player. He's not really like that early 20s spot. He's more late 20s. If I had to pick an offensive tackle going at 24, 25, where you guys are at, it's got to be Amarius Mims. It's got to be Tyler Guyton. One of those two guys. Those are more the movers. I'm a huge Arizona fan, just like Mikey, but he's not really that type of dude to be a 24. He's late 20s. He's early second.
Yeah, Mims from Georgia.
Mondo's on point with his footwork. Sometimes guys get away with it with raw talent, and they're going to be there with raw talent. This guy already has the technicals. So now all he has to do is get beefier, stronger, and get his man strength. And that comes natural. But that the footwork and the way he moves and the offense we ran really induced him being better. But like I would tell Rue, Arizona's offensive line is one of the best in the country. I would say it all the time when we talk that they should have started Noah Fafita from Jump Street, and they would have been maybe a 2-loss team opposed to a 3-loss team. I'm not saying they would have been in the mix, but you would have heard more from them because of that offensive line and what Jordan Morgan provided to that offensive line. How Bleak beat Oklahoma. Ain't that right, Rue?
Hey, I do appreciate, man, y'all evaluation because since I watch Michigan all the time, I know you guys watch Arizona all the time, but Mims from Georgia is a big kid, man. He's 6'8", 340. 6'8", 340. 6'8", 340.
He's with Georgia. He's automatically going to go to Philadelphia, bro.
Yeah.
Oh man. You had to say it. He's probably right. So,
but hey, man, I like either of the guys, man, because when the Cowboys made the decision to buy Tyron, they basically made the decision on what they're going to draft first round. They just really announced it. They did. I mean, because You got to fill that position, bro. We know right now there's nobody in the first round that we would pick at linebacker. Most all the linebackers are rated second round on through. So man, we got to go O-line. I mean, because you got to remember those years we went back to back first round picks, offensive line, and then we became a dominant running team again. You know,
we hit on every first round lineman we pick.
Every time. Yes.
Every fucking we might not hit on Michigan players in the first round, but we hit on old linemen.
Watch your tone, brother. Watch it. Don't be picking on the national champions, okay? Don't you ever pick on the national champions like that. Hey man, I'm having the ball. Mondo, you just don't understand, man. You brought a little fresh, like man, you perked up old Wimpy Poo over there. You know, sometimes you know he could be gloom and doom, man. We had to bring you on more often, man, because
yeah, I'm a bit of a negative man.
He's showing. Hey, he's showing out, Mondo.
He's still hurt, man. You know, he's still hurt.
Hey,
believe me, it comes out. It comes out in all of us, man. He's still
hurt, dude.
We're still got hurting. Touched. Like what they did to us was painful, and that's really, and the fact that, I mean, Mikey brought it up a few weeks ago. The fact that he made us feel dumb, bro. This team made us feel dumb. Like
that was perfect words too. Yeah.
Questioning our intelligence.
Yeah.
Questioning our damn intelligence.
But hey, Armando, this is what I do love about you, man. You like your follow, man. You got your knowledge. You know your stuff, man. And that's the only thing we can do is appreciate knowledge, especially on the game we love. That's why we do this podcast, man, because it's the game we all love, man. I was on X the other day, like, damn, where is the USFL? Shit, I got you something. I need some football. I'm about to go crazy, bro.
My Saturdays already.
Hey, man, my Saturdays and Sundays already. Man, my Saturdays and Sundays is just so boring now. I was just like, Jesus.
This is when you spend time with the wife and go to church. Go to Costco.
Go to Costco.
And man,
maybe we say, what did that fool say? Maybe go with a Bath and Body Works. I don't know if we have enough time.
I don't know if we have enough time.
We'll have enough time.
Home Depot.
Hey, Bath and Body Works is good, man. Huh? That office, that smells so good.
I feel you. Say, Armando, man, do you got any final thoughts, man? You want to get out, bro? About your Cardinals, NFL, free agency, anything, man?
You know, I want to say, you know, everybody's gonna think the Cardinals are not contenders. They're gonna think that we're not gonna make the playoffs next year. But you look at the schedule, man. Last year we were competitors every week in and out. I mean, obviously making you guys look silly was one thing.
I was just waiting for this to come up. I was just waiting. I knew I was gonna have to relive that game with you on this damn show.
I mean, you see what they did at Philly, what we did to the Steelers and the Falcons. None of those games we were supposed to win. We were supposed to get blown out every single one of those.
Hey, no, thank you for beating Philadelphia, by the way.
That was nice. Thank you. I mean, we didn't do nothing with it, but thanks for beating Philadelphia.
Yeah, thank you. Like, fuck yeah, thank you. Got us the championship. Thank you. You essentially won us the NFC championship. Thank you.
Armando, we were cool till you brought up that shit, bro. We spent a lot of money coming to Arizona.
There, Bubba. We were there.
We spent a lot of money coming to Arizona, you know, with that guaranteed victory, with that blue overtaking your stadium like we always do. And every time we leave that mother, every time we leave that mother, it ain't happy. I'm like,
nobody was making fun of us. We were too deep.
Dude, that's the problem. We were already celebrating in the parking lot before the game even started.
Oh, I bet.
I ain't got no comment on that.
Hey, we were celebrating before oh my God, we just overconfident, man. I was one of them.
Point favorites in that game.
Hey, Mondo, I knew we were gonna put 45 on y'all today. I was like, oh, we're gonna put 45 on these.
Dude, we went in without 3 linemen. 3.
Yeah. And then
we ain't got no linemen either, though. We lost Diggs.
Dude, man. We
got our ass kicked. Got our ass
my-
kicked. They played a better game. Connor's still running on us right now. Is there anywhere we could find you, Armando? Anywhere? What's your social media? So our followers and subscribers, even any Cardinal fans that see us in the future, could find you and subscribe to you because you're very knowledgeable and you're on point, especially with this draft. I'm very impressed.
Oh yeah, I always follow the draft. I always follow combine. You know, when you love the game, when you truly love the game, you're always right there with every single step in the process. So I mean, as far as social media, you guys can follow me on Twitter at Mondo112155. That's my Twitter handle.
All right.
Say that
Armando.
again. Nice and slow.
Say it-
Nice and
say
slow.
it one more
Like
time, brother.
like Usher in the halftime show. Say it again.
Mondo112155
on Twitter. All right. Hey, Armando,
wanna
we're gonna put you in the backstage. Don't go nowhere. I want to talk to you after the show. Okay. Man, but we appreciate you, fam. We appreciate you coming on.
In the
okay?
backstage, man.
Thank you guys for having me, man. It was fun talking football.
Cool. Thanks, bro.
Love you, mijo. Yes, I was.
Hey, all right. So this is our last segment, and then hey, man, when he calls for it, I know he has something to say. Man, let's get my man Mikey's minute.
Just like Armando said, we love sports. What sports is, man, my hair's a mess. Let me put my back. We love sports. And sports are a part of our lives. And not just the sports, but the people that bring us the sports, the people that report the sports. We lost a big personality, a giant in the sports reporting world, a person that brought something new before the internet, before news just came and everybody was doing this. Chris Mortensen died this year on Sunday at the age of 72. But it's not just Chris Mortensen. It's for all of us sports junkies and football junkies, kids like us that, Mr. Rogers was a part of our lives, but we looked at these guys, the Stuart Scotts of the world, the Dan Patricks of the world, like they were Mr. Rogers as little kids, or that's what was our Sesame Street, watching Sports Center on the loop every morning, knowing that. And back in the time where it was very baseball heavy and football wasn't a juggernaut as much as it was, you get your Inside the Huddle or your Mort Report. And Chris Mortensen was there. And he would feed us our football. We were football junkies, and he would give us our football fix, not just the Cowboy fix, our football fix. Guys like John Clayton as well, rest in peace. And we lost a giant in the world of sports and sports reporting. And we tip our hat to Chris Mortensen. May God bless you in your homecoming. You will be missed, but thank you for every contribution that you gave us and made us more knowledgeable and a little smarter and gave us a better argument in the scoops that you did for a living. And we thank you. Rest in peace, Chris Mortensen.
All right, Mikey's man. I appreciate you, man. Always a banger as usual. Rue, before we ended up, got any final thoughts, man, on Combine, on Cowboys, anything, man, you got, bro? What's your final thoughts tonight, baby?
Shit, man. Shout out to all my Longhorns who showed up and showed out. Y'all had a hell of a combine, and I can't wait to see what else y'all bring to the table. Can't wait to see I can't wait to see some Longhorns go in the first round of the draft. It's been too long, and I love to see us back in the mix. When it comes to this team, man, please show me something. Just please tell me that something's going to happen with this team. We're going to see some kind of movement. We're going to see what we need to see in terms of the picks, in terms of what moves we need to make this team better. I feel like this team is close. And I feel like if we just put the pieces around it that need to be put around it, we can be successful in this league. And we've already shown that we've been successful. It's just we're always one thing short or one piece missing, or somebody gets too tired towards the latter part of the year. It's just we need to get some hits on these picks. That's really what I want to see. I want to see some hits on these picks, and I want to see some movement from this front office. Enough with the talk. Show me something already.
All right. Well, it's a backdoor rule. I'm happy that the Longhorns are relevant in the draft again. It's been 30 years, but I'm happy.
It ain't been that long. It ain't been that long. Let's not
I
get disrespectful.
I exaggerated. I apologize, but those Wolverine with 18 players in the combine, we're always relevant. And we're moving up again, man. Hey, my man JJ may sneak into that first round and may come to Denver, Colorado, man. Maybe when I'm here, I get to see JJ play a little football. But look, man, I'm back on Cowboys too. I just got to piggyback Rue, man. Front office. F all that talking. It's enough. Our players do enough on their podcasts and their Twitters. They do enough talking. Man, we need some actions. We got to hit 1, 2, 3, 4 in the draft this year. I mean, we really got to hit. We got to put them on the field, and we got to get some contributions. Also, all those 7 red shirts we had last year and the 1 medical red shirt, they got to get on the field. We got to play, man, because this is the opportunity, man. In the NFL, it ain't not for long. So each year, your favorite player may be getting off of these damn Cowboys and going somewhere else. So those are my final thoughts. Mikey, you can end it, baby.
Well, we talked about Tyron Smith, and we talked more about replacing him, but I'd like to thank Tyron Smith for everything he gave this team. The players like that are once in a generation, and to come after Flozell and see what he came at 19 years old, gave us 13 solid years, some more solid than most. His last were kind of bumpy, but his last year, at least, he reminded us of what he was. And I'm happy for him. Let him go get his bag, to hopefully to something better. We'll congratulate him going there, but for what he did for us and what he gave us, I want to say thank you to Tyler. I want to say thank you to Mondo for coming up. This is a preview to maybe a show coming soon in the Cowboy Up Network. Just stay tuned for any announcements, anything good, because we are expanding. We are getting bigger. This is not just one show, and I'm excited. So, Mondo 21, can you do something for me? We missed you, and we'll see you next week. And subscribe to this if you like this content. If you just spread the word around, put that bell on, and just always tell your friends about us.
All right. Well, as always, how we always say, man, Dallas Cowboys for life.
Puro pinche Cowboys.
This is what we're doing now. We're just gonna make stuff up. We're just gonna be off the cuff. It's just gonna be wild. And this is crazy because y'all are Cowboys fans, from what I understand. And what's even wilder is y'all gave it like the hard pause. Like y'all gave it like the, oh man, he about to say something profound. Like he's gonna drop the mic. He's gonna give us the knowledge of the Cowboys' first round draft selection history.
Send this to a Dallas Cowboys fan.
Is it true? Is it true? Is it true that the Cowboys have the best fans? Yes, sir.
I trip out on that. Because I'm swimming in it. I wear this jersey every first game. It's my favorite jersey.
Drop some bars to my pussy.
Came from El Paso.
Go Cowboys!